game changer. I went like, how to thrive today? Yeah, give me that list. I'm gonna look at that list. I wanna take things off that list. Hi honey, it's the Sarah girl and I'm back today to talk a little bit about journaling. So I mentioned journaling in one of my very first episodes on this Hi Honey channel. Go check that video out if you haven't already. That one's specific to burnout and how journaling was part of my toolkit of things to work through, process, and help me through difficult times. It saved my life many more times than I care to explain or care to talk about. But as with everything, things need a refresh after a while. They get stagnant, it gets a little bit routine, and just this one thing, this one toolkit item really needed a refresh for me in the very recent past, like in the past 1 or 2 weeks. And so yeah, I'm just going to talk about 3 things that really have stuck with me. I just came up with them as I was going through a difficult day, and journaling was the thing that I reached in to get. So let's get to it. Alright, my journaling friends, my very first tip to refresh your journaling practice, and something that's worked for me, is to start underlining things within each entry that you have. So for me, how a journal looks like, I just have a date on the top and I have a whole slew of mumbo jumbo words and just sort of letting things out, letting the mind flow. And what happens with this is I've developed this practice of once I journal, I don't reread what it is that I write. And here's a very simple reason why, is that everything it's like a nice big block of words. But the thing is, it's difficult to, it takes time to sieve through and sort of figure out, okay, what was I journaling at this time of day or at this time in season in my life? But this particular thing, underlining what it is that I'm writing, actually brings a lot of clarity even through the process. So sometimes, when you're journaling, you're writing it down and something profound, really profound comes out in your head. And the tone in your head sort of changes. And then there's a light bulb that comes out, right? And then you're writing it like, yes! But then, when I'm writing it, it's kind of flat, huh? Yes, because you're writing on a piece of paper and you're almost wishing that you could put a voice to your journal to be able to deliver the impact of, oh, there it is. I had this realization today, or I figured this part out about whatever it is that you're going through about your day-to-day life. So underlining it for me has allowed me to spruce up the practice a little bit, I guess. Instead of just writing out my feelings, I'm underlining and at the same time honing in on the things that I'm underlining. It's very easy for me to refer to what is that I just wrote 2 lines before, because now my eyes are completely geared towards what is the underline. And knowing me, I like to deviate from the point, which is maybe what I'm doing now. But underlining it has it's almost like highlighting, like when you're in school and you're highlighting basically the whole book as you're reading it. But underlining it has been a game changer. So whether it's you want to underline the prompt, specific thing within the whole slew of things that you've just written down, you found out a new definition of a word, or you had a new thought about what it is that you would like to try, underline it. I really, really like that practice. It's the simplest thing. I underline in a very quick, swift, light motion, so it doesn't take away too much from what it is that I write. Yeah, try it. Are you anything like me, huh? When you start journaling, and if you start journaling it's the first thing that you do in the morning. It's a practice that I'm trying to do at the moment. Normally what I used to do was that I would get a little bit of work done and then I would journal at about 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Now I'm trying to put that right smack in front. But the problem with doing that for me is that the left brain starts to disturb me quite a bit, because I've got all these things that I really want to put down. It's lists. It's lists of things that I need to do. So basically a to-do list, right? That will just keep popping out every now and again when I'm trying to journal. Bloody annoying. But what's happened in the recent past is that I just start to note down the things that come out in my mind from my left brain for my to-do list, because I don't want to go from my journal to another notebook to start writing out all the other things about life. It was sort of bringing my journaling experience down. So opening up my journal and looking at it and looking at like a nice journal entry and then looking at a thing in the corner that was called a to-do list. So uninspired. It's just like the left brain and right brain are fighting on a piece of paper for your attention. So when I was going through a difficult time of re-entering society, I got really fed up with my to-do list because, of course, the to-do list was really, really long. I've been out of action for a long time. And it's important. A to-do list is really important. So I thought, okay, let's just make it a little bit more inspired so it belongs on the journal page a little bit more. Maybe I'll show it to you this time. Okay, I'm nice. But don't read my journal, okay? So this is an example of how it was. So a journal entry would come with a little segment at the corner. Okay, let's just say, okay, this is a full journal entry, left and right. And then you can see just in this corner here, where I segregated a little bit of time and a little bit of space for like a list of things that I know I should do for the day. Terrible, it's just in bullet points right here. And I went, this is so uninspired and it's so counterintuitive. It counters the whole journaling experience. So I told myself, okay, we are going to reframe this to-do list. And what I came up with that day, I was so frustrated. Guys, I have to tell you, that day I was so out of it. And I came up with this. This is another, wow, this is a long list, okay? This is a full to-do list in my journal. I don't recommend it. I do think they should be segregated. But there are times and seasons in life where things just sort of melt into each other, okay? And this is one of them. To change the header, instead of saying to do and bracket the date where you're supposed to do it on with deadlines, I changed it to, so it's a whole list of things, right, that accumulate over time. I changed the header to this. Can you see it? So basically it's how to thrive today. Game changer. I went like, how to thrive today? Yeah, give me that list. I'm gonna look at that list. I want to take things off that list. And yeah, it's really changed huge. It's given me like a lot of inspiration to get things done. It's not a to-do list anymore, guys. It's how are you going to thrive today? Do it. Use whatever words there is that you want to use. For me, this is the phrase that works. How to be fabulous today. How to be the most powerful I've ever been. I don't know. Use your creativity and journal about it as well. Maybe. Okay, so when I was having that wretched day, when nothing was going right, I was just trying to go out, get some work done. I was maybe 15-20% on energy, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. But of course, the universe came and said to me, yes, reach into your toolkit and sort of try to turn the day around. I said, yeah, of course. The first thing in my toolkit is to journal. What happened? The journal ran out of pages. So I went, okay, yeah. So it sounds like a good idea, right? I'm having a bad day, and to be able to go out and get a fresh journal. Sounds like a nice, clean, almost like, oh, it's meant to be that way, right? Girl walks into Muji, and that's generally where I get my journals these days. Normally I get this journal. It's a small little, what size is it? A5 book, and it's got the grey side on it, and it's $1.30 at the moment. I love it, and I only get what it is that I need. So with this journal, I use this because there are lines on it. Can you see? There are like little lines, light little lines. Great thing about this is that it fits into every single bag that I have, and I have really, really small bags. Sometimes I just have like a really, really small sling. This fits into every single thing. It's so thin, it's so light, it's barely there. And I whip it out whenever it is that I need. I don't need to plan ahead of a journaling process. It's always there. It's always with me. And the ink doesn't bleed through the paper. So I went in fully thinking that I would get a new journal and then, okay, let's start. Let's just restart everything, right? We're gonna kickstart the day in a new way. Girl walks into Muji and of course, looking high and low, thinking, oh, I must be blind. I can't find this journal. I can't find this exercise book or this notebook. Turns out they've run out of stock. At this particular outlet, I don't know, I was scared to ask whether it's out of stock in other outlets because that would really set me off and just like, the universe hates me. No, okay, I was not gonna do that. So I said, okay, we're just gonna get a new, it's like something else, right? And in Muji, you have many different sorts of exercise books. The next best, or the closest thing to this, and this is a drawing that I just painted it on, so it doesn't look like this when you buy it, was this. So instead of a gray side, it's orange, brown, red side. And the problem with it, and why I normally don't choose this particular book, is because of this. There are no lines on it. And didn't we just talk about the left brain thing? Without lines, I felt at that time that, having no lines on my exercise book would set me off. I need some structure, some scaffolding in my life, something to hold me up. But yeah, the universe wasn't having it that day, and clearly I was off on a tailspin, so this was the next best thing, and I said, we're just gonna do it because we really need to journal today, and I'm not gonna move to a different place to go and try to find what I usually get. So I dragged my feet and I bought the book, and I sat down. I was like, guys, it actually turned out really well. I overthought. I was overthinking everything, and so this is my first journal entry in this whole thing. I thought, like, the concerns for me were that I would really be bothered about how it is that the left side of the page would match up to the right side. I like straight lines. I like words being straight and being as nice as possible. I thought that would set me off, but no. When pen hit the paper, it just took off, and it just did its thing. So all this overthinking was for nothing. All this grief, like no lines, what in the world? No, it doesn't actually matter. So the point in this I'm trying to make is that I think you should go out and get a new type of journal. I was forced to get a new type of journal. I am grateful though that it's still the same sort of paper that doesn't bleed, and the same size. But just that small little change, I'm sure you've got like about 52 notebooks sitting in the corner of your room that are gifts from your friends. Try using them once in a while. I know I have about 54 of those books. And I should take my own advice. But this was how I was forced to really try something new. I had grown so comfortable with journaling in a particular way, in a particular time, in a particular method. It was time for a little bit of a change up. So thank you, Muji, for having this for giving options to people like me who need options. And guys, can I just tell you what happened? Yesterday, I went to Muji thinking fully, okay, it's been a while, guys. Like, let's just try this out. Hi, do you have any of these? No. We have neither of these now. I'm like, this had happened to me that day, that would have sent me over the edge. In comes the last standing survivor of the notebooks in Muji. This is a black book. It's been a while since I've written in a black book, and the inside is this, guys. This is fresh. I just bought it yesterday, and can you see it? It's squares. What do people use this for? I think it's for design. I know a lot of people scribble and draw in it. Now I'm worried. Just now the worry was that there were no lines. Now I'm worried there are too many lines. I tell you, this journaling experience is just whack. But yeah, okay, I should be a Muji ambassador, a notebook ambassador. Sponsor me, $1.30. This one was $1.90 though. Jeez, you pay more for more lines. You don't pay less for no lines. You need to get this together, huh? Alright, so those were the tips and examples of things that have helped me with my journaling practice very, very recently, so I hope it helps. If there are other things that you think that I can try with my journaling practice, now that you've actually looked into my notebook, you guys are lucky. Or unlucky, I should know. Being able to look through my journal. But anyways, if you guys have a practice within that journaling routine that you have that you would like to share with me, please drop it down in the comments. I love, especially prompts. Sometimes I struggle with prompts. If it's something you struggle with as well, maybe we can work on something together, okay? Till next time, honey, maybe we'll talk about something else that has made life a little bit more livable. So take care. I'll see you next time. Bye, honey.